Okay, now we're going to start cooking in the combi mode, and that's where we have a combination of moist heat and dry heat, combination mode. Now this is one of the more exciting parts of this whole multi-purpose cooking appliance. Now we're going to get cooking right away because we've got some rotisserie chicken to cook, some roast pork, and some red potatoes that we're going to cook off as well. I've already put some bones in the oven. I've been roasting them up already. So let's get cooking here. Now of course we can cook the chickens on a core probe. We can cook the chickens with a our rotisserie chicken spike. I'm going to have my roast here. Now again, the detachable core probe, I'm going to set that right into the center of our pork loins, and we're going to get that in the oven as well. Always use the same fundamentals of classical cooking. Start with a hot pan, hot oil if you will, then drop the product in it. But with Combi, there's some things that we can do. I have some red potatoes here that we washed and scrubbed, okay? I'm going to actually season them up here a little bit as well. And I've actually have them soaking in a little bit of olive oil. I stirred them up. I got them nice, well coated with olive oil. I'm going to put them on a nice hot pan, okay? Now you don't have to do this, but it'll take these potatoes to the next level, all right? I drop them right onto the hot pan, okay? Scrape them down. Get all that olive oil on there, okay? Shake them up. Remember the pan's nice and hot. Now you can also use olive oil based food sprays and evenly spray them as well if you want to. So you have an option there. All right. Now I'm going to pop these right back into the Combi. I'm actually going to set my potatoes for 16 minutes. Okay. There we go. And I'm also going to set the core temperature probe to 150. Now remember, when my pork roast hits 150, I'll pull it out and you'll have carryover temperature taking it well above 155, okay? Anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees depending on the size of the roast. I'm going to be cooking at 350 degrees here. So, but for right now, I'm going to toggle back to the timer and hit start. And now it's going to be counting down and cooking my potatoes. So I've got my red potatoes roasting on the top shelf, roast pork, my rotisserie chicken, and my roasted bones are roasting down there. And in the Combi mode, it's the best way to roast any type of bones for stock that you're using. Okay, now I'm going to take a quick break and we're going to cook some other products in the Combi right next door here. I want to show you other things that we can do in the Combi mode that really lend themselves to cooking quite well. Now I've got some frozen meatballs here. The great thing about frozen meatballs, you can actually cook them in the Combi mode, get them up to temperature, but you could also put tomato sauce right in with them or any other sauce and bring them up as well. I got frozen quiche in phyllo dough, bacon wrapped scallops that are frozen, and of course some frozen chicken nuggets, as well as some frozen waffles. A variety of different things, and it's only going to take about 5, maybe 6 minutes to rethermalize this. The waffles should be done in about 2. The meatballs should take the longest. They're more dense, there's a lot of them, and I've got them in a hotel pan. Of course, the flatter the surface, the easier it is for the penetration of steam and hot air to get into it. Let's go ahead and load this up. All right, our BCX is telling me it's done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set, we'll give it about 5 more minutes for our meatballs, but the rest of this stuff you can see with the lights inside, it's ready to go. Oh wow, that bacon smells good. The quiche, they're screaming hot. Of course our waffles, pancakes, any of those convenient items, sandwiches, they rethermalize beautifully. Our chicken nuggets are also screaming hot and still crispy on the outside. And then our bacon wrapped scallops, crisp on the outside, really moist and juicy and ready to go. Now, one of the things that I see a lot of chefs doing in the banqueting situation, they will actually take their hors d'oeuvres, kind of cook them, get them all ready to go, and then actually put a variety of different hors d'oeuvres on a platter, chill them, and then later on rethermalize the hors d'oeuvres all on the same platter. Great, now we're going to do some pizza in the Combi mode. Now, of course, you can use hot air with steam on demand, but a lot of our institutional customers over the last 20 years have been using the Combi mode in addition to steam on demand. And they've been taking, taking a frozen pie or a pre-made pie that's normally taking them about 15 to 20 minutes and cooking it in about 10 minutes. So that's what we're going to try today, give you a chance to see 3 different types of pizza here. So I'm going to load them in. We've got, of course, cheese, a little bit of everything, and then pepperoni. Okay, we'll close the door, hit start, and I'm going to give it 1 minute of steam on demand. The steam will come in, and the beautiful thing about steam, it's a gas, it's a vapor. At high temperatures, it penetrates right through the dough. I'm cooking these on sheet pans. The ones that I'm currently using have holes on the bottom, so it's perforated. So I am getting a good crust on the bottom, but you still get a great crust on the bottom even if it weren't perforated. It just does enhance it. As you do all those gourmet ingredients, the steam and the moisture will thoroughly cook them, cook the cheese, crisp up the bottom. This does a beautiful job with pizza, whether you're doing 1, 7 sheet pan loads, or individual round, 9-inch. Beautiful, whatever you want to do. Great job with pizza in the Combi mode. All right, now my potatoes are done. They took about 18 minutes. Okay, we're going to pull these guys out. At the same time, though, while I pull them out, I also, my roaster coming along real nice. I'm going to add some mirepoix, carrots, onion, and celery to my roasted bones here. They really came out nice. The nice thing about when you're roasting the bones in the Combi mode, because you have that moisture in there, you don't get the bitterness or burning that you get in a convection oven. So I'm going to throw these guys back in. Okay, now for the roasted potatoes. 18 minutes on Combi, and they were not pre-cooked. If you want to speed that process, you can cook sequentially. Steam them for about 10 minutes and set them aside. Then you only need about, say, 10 minutes to really brown them up or fry them or whatever you'd like to do. We're going to add a little bit more salt and pepper. Now, this is the little bit of the tip and the tricks, if you will, of some of the cooking. A lot of cooks make a mistake of seasoning their potatoes while they're cooking, and in many cases they end up burning their spices. Now I'm going to put a little bit of time on these potatoes, so the beautiful thing is they're screaming hot. Okay, there's still a little bit of olive oil in here, and now when I put the thyme on there and it mixes with that hot oil, you can actually smell it. Beautiful roasted potatoes, great flavor, and that beautiful flavor of thyme right on them. Great. These things are ready to go, and this will be perfect to serve with our rotisserie chicken when it comes out. Now, of course, you can always time it where you know that your chicken's going to take about 35-45 minutes, so you could throw it in for the last, say, 18 minutes before the chicken comes out and bring them out together. Okay? Okay, now we're, the buzzer went off. We're going to take our chicken and our roast pork out. Okay? Now, the one thing I want to show you, too, while we're here that's really nice is we can pull these wire racks out, okay? And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add some moisture to my bones here and let them keep going for a little bit. Okay, so we'll slide that back in. But you can see the Combi mode, only your imagination is going to prevent you from cooking everything that you possibly can. You can cook things sequentially, steam, hot air, and then Combi. Start with Combi, finish in hot air. We can adjust the humidity, we can adjust the fan speed. If you're a professional cook and you like to cook, this is the oven for you, because it'll allow you to do everything that you want to do. It'll take the food that you already do very well to the next level. It's the best assistant you could have. Improve the quality of your fried products without any fat, your roast, put a core temperature probe in, it shuts off when it's done. It can't get any easier than that. And then rotisserie chicken, whether you use this, the chicken grid spikes or cook it on a rack like you're traditionally used to. Great products every time, and all done in the Combi on this multi-purpose machine.